Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So I have news for you about a big brouhaha going on, big blow up over at CBS News. So I don't know if you guys all know this, but Bari Weiss is, she's just a horrible person. She just really is. She is a total shill for Israel. She is a genocide denier. This is someone who tried to say that, oh, they're not starving babies and children in Israel. These children are dying because they had pre existing conditions, as if starving a child with pre existing conditions doesn't make things worse. Like, she's just horrific. She is just the scum of the earth. Well, anyway, she is also someone who has just failed up, apparently, because she has, she started the free press and turns out it's not so free. Turns out she's very much for censorship, which is what's going on today, why this whole thing is blowing up. But her channel had fewer views than my channel. I'm not that big of a channel, and I had better viewership than she does. And yet, she had CBS News buy her out, purchase her product, purchase her free press for like $250 million. I mean, that is just obscene and absurd. So if you look up the term failing up in the what's it called? The Urban Dictionary, you're going to see a picture of Bari Weiss. That's who she is. But anyway, was made the editor of CBS. And here's why. It's because after the Ellisons started purchasing everything, Donald Trump donors, the Ellisons, also Israel shills, also genocide deniers, they decided who better? Who better to protect Israel? Who better to protect our dear Donald Trump, who's giving billionaires everything that they want? So they put her in charge over at CBS, and now it is just a nightmare. It is, you cannot trust them anymore. They are no longer a reliable news source. So here's what happened. CBS, 60 Minutes specifically, the show 60 Minutes, was doing a segment on cecot. They were doing a segment on that horrific torture prison in El Salvador. And they interviewed a bunch of the victims, the true victims, the people, the innocent men who were sent there by the Trump regime and who were tortured, who were sexually assaulted, who were beaten, who just were, lived through a living hell. And they decided they were going to do this segment. Well, Bari Weiss pulls it at the last minute. So last minute, she decides, no, we're not going to do this. And this just caused all kinds of chaos. I mean, this literally came at like the 11th hour. So here's the excuse she used. She said, oh, well, I just think that we need to interview the other side. We need to get the other perspective. I'm sorry, but do we interview Jeffrey Dahmer to get the other perspective on the crimes he committed? Do we do that normally? Like, interview the criminals, the actual criminals, the ones who are hurting people, causing harm, destroying their lives, causing them to be tortured? And apparently, the journalist who put the story together did reach out to the Trump administration, and the Trump administration didn't want to comment. So, she's just setting up a paper tiger excuse for this. And then apparently the staff was just furious at this. So they threatened to walk out. A bunch of people over there, and I think this still holds, a bunch of people are saying, I'm not down with this, because this is all she's been doing. All she's been doing is covering for Israel, covering for the Trump administration, and acting as an apologist for the MAGA right, for the heinous right, for the filth and the the racism and bigotry and everything else. She just did an interview with Charlie Kirk's widow, which is like, who cares? Who cares to hear from this woman? Which is exactly how it was received. It got an abysmal rating. Hardly anybody watched it compared to everything else that people were watching at the same time. And she's up there, again, praising Israel along with Erica Kirk, trying to win back the MAGA crowd that they're losing because a bunch of young people, especially young men, they are not MAGA. They may have voted for Donald Trump last year, but it was more so because of the vibes. It was more so because they weren't old enough during Donald Trump's first term to recognize and realize what was actually going on and how horrible he actually is. What a lying, scummy piece of shit he actually is. So, they went by unfortunately, they went by the word of people who know better, who should know better, who were old enough to know back then what was going down. They went along with the Joe Rogans, the Theo Vaughns, the Andrew Schultzes of the world. And, just accepted, okay, well, I like these guys, and if they're going to vote for Trump and they like him, good enough for me. So they're losing a lot of those people because a lot of them, again, are not MAGA, and they're not on board with the genocide that Israel was committing. So they're turning against MAGA. They are turning against the hardcore base. And it's causing this divide in Donald Trump's coalition. And so Bari Weiss seems to be, she claims to be on the left. She claims to be a Democrat. But yet she's out there trying to push this agenda because when it comes down to it, people like Bari Weiss, their loyalty doesn't lie with the United States. They are not America first. They're not even America second. They're Israel, Israel, Israel. That's all they give a shit about. That's the agenda that they're pushing. And that is what they care about the most. Same with Miriam Adelson, Donald Trump's big donor, who gave him, I think it was like $200 million or something like that. Donald Trump himself said that he questioned her one time and asked her if her first loyalty was with the United States or with Israel. And that, he surmises that it's actually Israel. I mean, talk about, dual loyalty. I mean, it's not even dual loyalty. They are absolutely loyal to another country over our own, regardless of what they do, regardless of how many people they kill, how much damage they do to our world, how many countries they go out and bomb. So these people are sick. Nothing else matters. Nothing. They are 100% all for Israel. That is what Bari Weiss is doing. And that is why it seems that's why she's protecting the Trump administration, because she knows that they are all for Israel as well, and they are protecting Israel. So that seems to be her number one motivation. And it definitely 100% is the motivation of the Ellisons. So the more they buy up TikTok, CBS, everything else, this is what's going to be shoved down our throats, and they're going to do nothing but cover for this administration. This vile, heinous, disgusting, Hitler 2.0, fascist fucking regime. So, fuck Bari Weiss. Anyway, there you go, guys. That's my rant for today. All right. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.